Slits. Ja, det var slits.
Ta-da!
Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Morten, welcome to my channel, and today, as you can see, is Record Store Day. Now I'm celebrating Record Store Day here in Denmark, so the nearest one to where I'm living is in Aalborg, where they have one store participating, Läsehesten, which means the reading horse. It's a really good old style, you know, used CDs, used DVDs, books, comics store. But unlike a lot of the other ones, they sort of belong to a chain, and they sell new stuff and they participate in Record Store Day. So let's see what I managed to get. I had 4 things I really wanted, and then a few reserves. So out of the 4, I found 3. I must say I didn't really look that hard for the 4th one. no one really responded to whether or not they had it. So I grabbed an alternative, and as it goes, I ended up with 2 more records than planned. So 6 in all, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So first one, Frank Black Live 2006. It was not on my absolute want list. The one that I didn't get, that was one of my 4, was the Pixies, Doolittle Live in Brussels. Partly because I got the live at Coachella, I think it was, last year. An extremely expensive experience, by the way. But even with the no, I must say I had a really pleasant experience. So I got up at 5:30 this morning and took the train to Aalborg, and I brought my bike. So when I got to Aalborg, I could just ride my bike up to the shop. Very close to places I've been before in Aalborg. There was a relatively long queue, and things went really fast when they let us in, and everyone was just let in and could start looking right away. There were no preferences or anyone treated as special or anything. And even though the Danish krone is expensive as F these days, I still think the price at that shop was surprisingly fair. So, Frank Black Live 2006. Of course, this is from his solo stint, which was quite long. Nice little record store over there. I love this artwork, by the way. I think nearly 50% of the reason I grabbed this was the artwork. It's really cool. I want this as a poster. So yeah, Bullet Nadine, remake, remodel. Yeah, I have most of his solo music, but it's not songs that I know the titles of offhand. And here we go. Would be a record store without some cool color, right? So Frank Black in conjunction with the Iron Brew. Oh well, yeah. Really looking forward to listening to this. And then we have, so this is the one that I ended up grabbing as a substitute to the Pixies live album. So it's the Pixies Demos limited edition purple 10-inch vinyl. I do not have a lot of these. I think I have like 2. One of them is an old Tears for Fears thing. So it's limited edition purple, yeah. Includes original demo recordings of Here Comes Your Man, Broken Face, Down to the Well, and Rock My Soul. So I suppose these are, some of them are leftovers from what ended up on their first EP, their first official EP. Was that Come On Pilgrim, wasn't it? So yeah, careful now. See if we can. Pixies demos, yeah. I love the Pixies. Who knows? Everyone loves the Pixies. Ooh. Oh yeah. Nice color. Look at that, huh? Isn't that pretty? Right, real pretty right there. 10-inch vinyl. Yeah. Do they sell 10-inch vinyl inner sleeves? I have to look into that. Next one. So this this is also one of the extras. It's Yes, live at Knoxville Civic Auditorium, November 15th, 1972. Classic live performance from the Close to the Edge tour. Anderson, Howe, Squire, Wakeman, and White. Someone mentioned this in the vinyl community a couple of days ago on one of the YouTube channels, and they were saying how they thought the price was really fair, and I have to say I agree, and that's why I ended up grabbing. I thought this would be much more expensive. Again, in Danish kroner, and I'm here in Denmark now, but my job is paying me Norwegian money, so that's not so fun these days. But 379 Danish kroner. Compare, and this is a 3-disc set. Compare that to in a way to the Van Halen one, which they had a lot of there. And you know, I wouldn't mind having the Van Halen one. I like Sammy Hagar, and so that's a 4-disc set, and it was going for 800 here in Denmark. I think in Sweden and Norway it's going for 12 or 1300. So I don't know if I kind of grabbed this because of that and because it was mentioned. But I recently got Yes shows on CD, and I just thought, oh, I really want something by Yes on live on vinyl, since I've been recently getting a lot of their records, later records like these two, for example, I got a couple of days ago. Yeah, so no colored vinyl, but what the hey, that would probably have bumped the price up a bit. Is there any sort of reading material here? Some inlay? No, I can't see any. But still, a beautiful set. Looking very much forward to listening to this. Gonna make sure I save these hype stickers and record stay. Yeah, it's what you do these days. There we go. So, first one of the 3 out of 4 that I did get. Paul McCartney, or Wings. Paul McCartney and Wings. Red Rose Speedway 50th anniversary, and the 4th in the half-speed mastering series. We've had McCartney, Ram, Wildlife so far. This is a record store day first, but they're not making any. They're not making any record store day references, are they? Oh well, doesn't matter. I just thought they might, because I saw the Ringo album had record store day labels and stickers on it, logos. So yeah, is this a little dull, a little lackluster, this photo. I have to say, this is now the original vinyl, old CD, deluxe edition, archive collection CD. The version with the songs that were left out of what was supposed to be a double album. Yeah, it's gonna be my 5th Retro Speedway. This and Ram, for some reason, have ended up being my favorite Wings McCartney albums. Although these days I suppose I listen to London Town more, but anyway. So here's the old booklet. There's the in Sami costume. He was performing up in Lapland, in Swedish Lapland, I think it was, not Norwegian Lapland. So yeah, the guys who left him at the airport, so to speak, which led to Ban on the Run. Yeah, wonderful album. Looking forward to hearing this version of it. And this is just, not just, but this is black vinyl, yeah. Paul McCartney and Wings, Retro Speedway. Featuring, of course, My Love, with a beautiful solo by, is his name McCulloch? Anyway, this is one of 3 ex-Beatle releases today. The other one was Ringo's Stop and Smell the Roses. Funny thing, Retro Speedway, Stop and Smell the Roses, is that intentional? I don't know. And the third one was that John Lennon box set with a 10 inches, which is very expensive. And there's only 2,500 of them, I think. This was my number 1. I love Pearl Jam. I love this the album this was toured on. So this is, instead of yield, it's the Australian way of saying yield, it's give way. The 17 previously unreleased tracks on 2 LPs, recorded live in Melbourne, Australia during the 1998 Yield Tour. So how you going? So yeah, to the evolution, alive, back, immortality, and all of, yeah. It's just, I can never get enough Pearl Jam. I love them dearly. They are. Because a lot of artists that I love from before they broke through, there were groups and bands that I was influenced very much by my older brother and my older brothers and my older sister. Apart from stuff like Kiss and Blondie, but when these guys came around, this is sort of, yeah, these are mine, no one else's. So there we have various trinkets from the tour. Here's the original cover. So Yield has been pressed again recently. You can buy it if you're a member of Pearl Jam, or on, is it Third Man, sorry. The Third Man has opened its own pressing plant, and this is the first, Yield is the first album that I pressed there. I'm contemplating, I already have 3 Yield vinyl albums, so here we go, with the Australian flag, so to speak, the Southern Cross, and the, is that the Dominion Star? 1 point for each state, and the final point for Canberra and Northern Territories. And I have seen the Southern Cross from Australia and also from South Africa. Since you can't see it all here in the Northern Hemisphere. Yeah, and this is more of the same. I'm going to buy some nicer inner covers for these. So the final one of the 4 I really wanted. So that would be the 3rd, since I didn't get the 4th. Blur. The Presents Special Collector's Edition. This was a Japanese B-side compilation. Not to be confused with the remix compilation, which I think came out roughly at the same time. Are we talking 1994 here? Only been out in Japan on vinyl. So this is the first. Oh, it's not a gate. Okay. I avoided a little disaster there. I love Blur. For now, they kicked off sort of a year or 2 after I discovered grunge, the word people don't like, and you got Britpop. So I grew, I had Britpop and I had grunge, and I was happy. And I think this vinyl is going to look really good. So they made these fake order forms. This of course is supposed to look like the kind of plates that old women and middle-aged men with cats buy a lot of. And here we are. Oh, yeah, that's the color. That's so pretty. Satisfaction guaranteed. So I hope everyone had a nice record store day. I had a really good experience down in Aalborg. People were nice. People standing around, looking through the crates, and people would shout out what they were looking for, and people respond when they found it, and they would just hand records to each other. And most of these were handed to me, actually, by the people who came in before me. So that's the British Bobby. So that's that in itself, and they were handing out sandwiches, and just such a nice group of people, vinyl community. If it's British or Norwegian, or in this case Danish, wonderful people. Vinyl and craft beer, that's what makes people constantly being nice. Anyhow, I hope you guys, like I said, I hope you had a nice record store day. If any of you guys got anything during record store day this year that you're particularly happy about and want to tell me about, maybe you got the Pixies album that I didn't get, maybe I'll order something like that later on. I mean, even though the Danish price was nice and everything, it wasn't exactly free. But I'm glad that I've been participating one way or another in every record store day since I stumbled across my first one. I wasn't even aware of it, in Stockholm in 2017. So there we are. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed the intro. And I'll see you later in another unboxing video, or maybe something else. And if you would be so kind to click like and subscribe, I'd be really happy.